Hi, good morning.
Hello! Good
Hi, good
morning,
morning.
NCBA community!
Good morning, NCBA. My name is Grace Rubi,
And
Guidance
I
Officer
am Miss
at Cubao. Yes.
and I am Miss Julie, Guidance Specialist or Psychometrician at Taytay Campus.
Hello. And good morning po. So, welcome, Ma'am Julie, sa ating webinar na ginawa talaga para sa ating mga college students for today. So,
Yes,
ang ating
opo.
title ay Human Intimacy, the Basics of Love, Romance, and Partnership. So, habol tayo sa celebration ng Valentine's Day. Di ba?
Exactly,
So, anong
ma'am.
ginawa mo, Ma'am Julie, ng Valentine's Day?
Actually, wala akong ginawa kundi matulog kasi it's a self-love for me. How about you, ma'am?
Nag-celebrate kang mag-isa, no?
Okay, single awareness din pala tayo ngayong
Yes,
love month.
oo.
And
Pero masaya pa
actually,
din, no?
yeah, and actually this topic or this discussion is very interesting. Alam mo kung bakit, ma'am? Kasi aside from relation to love, man, malalaman din natin kung ano-ano ba yung mga uh, pwede nating matutunan tungkol sa relationship, which is very interesting topic at very relevant sa ngayon, di ba?
Okay. So, umpisahan na natin. Okay, so like any other program, we are going to start our webinar with a doxology and then the national anthem. Okay, so prepare yourself, everyone. Okay, so here we go.
Oh, for love, Father gave. Only love can make a way. All for love, the heavens cry. For love is crucified. Oh, how many times have I broken your heart? Still you forgive. Only I ask. And how many times have you heard me pray? Draw me to you. Everything I need is you. My beginning, my forever. Everything I need is you. Let me sing all for love. I will join the angels' song. Ever holy is the Lord, King of glory, King of all. Oh, how many times have I broken your heart? Still you forgive. Only I ask. And how many times have you heard me pray? Draw near to me. Everything I need is you. And beginning now forever. Everything I need is you. Is you. ng Pilipinas.
And now, for the welcoming remarks, may we call on Mrs. Nimfa C. Roberts, our guidance counselor.
Uh, Hi, everyone. How are you today? Yeah, I hope that you are all doing great. Maybe some of you were still fascinated with the Love Day celebration last February 14. There might also be some of you who are loveless and still longing to find someone to love and be loved, like what I heard from our two MCs. So I would like to greet the management of NCBA system, the school administrators, faculty and staff, guests, students of NCBA Cubao, Fairview, and Taytay, all the viewers, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Since we are all celebrating the month of love this February, the Guidance and Counseling Center of NCBA System prepared this webinar entitled Human Intimacy, the Basics of Love, Romance, and Partnership. This webinar will talk about love and relationships. How do we know if it is true love? How can we avoid falling in love with the wrong person? How can we develop love from basic love into a romantic and finally into partnership? The objective is to identify the real meaning of love, self preparation, and being responsible in going into a relationship and having a good standard in finding the right partner in the future. Okay, a happy and healthy relationship is essential to mental health and well being. I believe that you will enjoy and get more learning in this webinar. Thank you and have a good day.
Ayan, maraming salamat po, Ma'am Nimfa Robert, our guidance counselor sa Cubao Campus. Okay. Now, i-introduce na natin, Ma'am Julie, ang ating speaker. And to introduce our guest speaker for today, please welcome Mr. Christopher E. Vidal, our guidance specialist ng Fairview Campus.
Good morning, everyone. So, to introduce to you our speaker for today, our speaker today finished his degree in Bachelor of Science in Psychology, Educational Psychology stream from the Philippine Normal University, from which he also accomplished his academic units for his Master of Arts in Guidance and Counseling degree. In his almost 14 years in the academe, he has been invited as research speaker for various topics, trainings, and workshops by other educational institutions within and outside Metro Manila, some of which include the University of Santo Tomas, Central Escolar University Makati, Colegio San Agustin Makati, Lourdes School Quezon City, PAREF Southridge, and De La Salle University, to name a few. He also conducted an adaptability training for Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas in 2019. At present, he is a guidance counselor, personal development teacher, and student government advisor in Lourdes School of Mandaluyong. He is also the host of Open Mic, a podcast for and about the student life in the said school. Aside from his aforementioned endeavors, he is also a photographer, choreographer, dancer, writer, but most especially a lover. Please welcome a personality development trainer and mental health advocate, Mr. Michael Franks M. Pammit.
Hello, good morning everyone. Ayan, I hope everyone is doing well. Good morning, good morning. First of all, I would like to thank NCBA system for inviting me this morning to share this very exciting, timely, and relatable topic to everyone. Ayan. So please bear with me. May something lang sa throat, but I'll do my best to make it through this afternoon. This morning. So, unang-una, katulad ng mga binention ng hosts natin kanina, Happy Love Month. Ayan, hahabol tayo sa Valentine's Day, pero um, hindi ko po maipapangako na after ng webinar ay magkakajowa po tayong lahat. Ayan. So, na-mention po sa intro ko kanina na I am a lover, yes, among others, pero single po ako. Ayan. So, magandang umaga po ulit, and I hope you will be inspired for sustaining and empowering your own personal relationships. Ayan. So without further ado, let's get to it. So unang-una, pusuan natin yan. So I know meron kayong mga group chats. May mga um, may mga sarili kayong GCs, personal, class GCs. Ayan. So kung meron kayong mga GC, send a red heart if you are in a relationship, a blue heart if you are single and ready to mingle, a green heart if you're single and content, and black if it's complicated. And I'm going to give you a few seconds to do this. Send a heart emoji of your designated color. Malay natin, may makapansin yung mga magsisend ngayon ng blue hearts ay by next week ay red na yung heart nila. So tignan natin. Ayan. So sa mga GCs ninyo, yung mga nanonood din ngayon, especially para makarelate. O kaya hindi nanonood ngayon, nag-send kayo ng blue na heart, tinanong kayo bigla, bakit may blue na heart? Kasi sabi single and ready to mingle. So baka maging conversation starter din yan. So wag natin palampasin tong chance na to. Okay, so malay natin, makita natin si Crush na mag-send din ng blue heart. Ayan. So, chance na natin yan. O kaya kung ikaw naman ay in a relationship, makita mo yung jowa mo na nag-send ng blue heart, ay ibang usapan na po yan. Mukhang meron tayong pag-uusapan mamaya. Ayan. So sige, send lang po ng send sa mga GCs. Engage po natin yung mga classmates natin. Kung meron pa pong wala sa stream na to, hindi pa nanonood ng YouTube, invite nyo na po sila. Kasi I hope by the end of this webinar, hindi man tayo magka-jowa lahat, at least ay marami tayong matututunan. Ayan. Kaya we need as much people as we can. Ayan. So, after that, ngayon na isend na natin, na-express na natin yung status natin. Bago natin simulan, konting reminders lang po. Una, keep an open mind. Okay? An open mind. Ano pong ibig kong sabihin? I know that now that you are in college, syempre, ang dami nating points of view, ang dami nating mga iniisip, pero syempre, I'll be coming from a Catholic perspective. Okay? So yung and I'm also teaching in a Catholic school, therefore the paradigm that I will be using comes from a Christian Catholic standpoint. However, kaya po yung next reminder, love is universal. no matter what gender, religion, ethnicity, race, or whatever, love is love. Ayan. So yun pong iisipin natin. Baka po kasi you are practicing a different religion than what I practice, and alam naman po natin na love is a universal language. Okay? So, I'm sure excited na po kayo kung anong pag-uusapan natin ngayong umaga. Una, sagutin natin tong tanong na medyo nagulo lang po yung font. Pagpasensyahan nyo na. Kasi basta pagmamahal talaga medyo nawiwindang yung mga tao eh. Kaya pati yung font ko ganun din. So unang tanong, handa ka bang magmahal? Ayan, tanongin ang ating mga sarili, handa ka bang magmahal? So this question will somehow gauge your readiness to listen to what I am about to share, to listen to what I've learned and what I experienced din. Siguro mag-i-inject din ako ng konting story time para mas maging lively yung usapan natin. So ito yung unang-una nating tanong. Handa ka bang magmahal? Okay? So kung may sagot po kayo dito, pwede nyo i-send dun sa GC. Sabi mo, crush, ready na ako. Ikaw na lang kulang. Ayan. So the paradigm that I will be using will be coming from C.S. Lewis. Okay? C.S. Lewis is an author, a lay theologian. So hindi po siya priest, hindi po siya member ng any religious order, pero siya po ay Christian theologian na author. So some of you may be familiar with his works. He is also the author of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Kaya siguro may mga Christian parallelisms yung story ng Narnia with the Christian beliefs. Ayan. So C.S. Lewis, his ideas, his explanation on love. So trinay niyang i-explain kung ano ba talaga ang love. So if ang iniisip nyo ngayon, ang kinakanta nyo sa ulo nyo ay I wanna know what love is, try natin intindihin using his paradigm. Ayan. Una, sabi niya, God is love. Okay? Sinasabi yan sa maraming text, sa Bible and all. God is love. I'm sure most or kung hindi lahat, karamihan would agree that this is true. God is love. Ang Diyos ay pag-ibig. However, so medyo lagyan natin ng konting math. If God equals love, does that mean love equals God? Again, if God equals love, does that mean that love equals God also? So based on his studies, based on his findings, he realized that that is not the case. God is indeed love, but love is not and should never be God. Because if love becomes God, love becomes a demon. That is verbatim from his book, The Four Loves. Love becomes a demon. Anong ibig sabihin nun? So kung hindi Diyos ang pag-ibig, kung hindi God ang pag-ibig, bakit siya nagiging demon? Because minsan naririnig natin, because of love, people are driven to do crazy things. Meron tayong tinatawag na crime of passion. Meron tayong tinatawag na yung crime of passion, and then we are led to do a lot of things because we are in love, because of love. Some people are driven to steal. Some people are driven to kill because they love a specific person. So if that's the case, love should not be God, because if love is our ultimate and overarching principle, then it can lead us to sin. It can lead us to do a lot of things that is not aligned with what God wants for us. So, hindi yun enough. Hindi yun enough explanation para sa love. So, hindi enough na sabihin God is love. Therefore, C.S. Lewis, broke down love into two. Need love and gift love. Okay? Need love and gift love. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Need love for him means that we love a person because we need that person. Okay? We love that person because we need that person. And gift love is when we love a person, we give things to that person. We give our love to that person. Okay? So parang ano to, Claudine Barreto na mahal mo ba ako dahil kailangan mo ko o kailangan mo ko dahil mahal mo ko? Something to that effect. Now, anong example nito? For example, ang baby or a child loves the mother because the mother provides for the baby, for the offspring, for the kid. Okay? Therefore, the baby loves the mother because kailangan siya ng baby. I mean, kailangan ng baby yung binibigay ni mommy. And gift love, mahal ni mommy si baby, kaya binibigyan siya ng sustenance, ng food, ng comfort. Kasi hindi naman hindi naman natin masabing mahal ni mommy si baby kasi kailangan niya yung baby, not to that extent. But it's a two-way relationship, need love and gift love. So parang napatanong tuloy yung mga tao, is this enough? Mahal ko ba asawa ko, mahal ko ba siya dahil may kailangan ako sa kanya? Or kaya ko siya mahal kasi may binibigay, gusto ko siyang bigyan ng kung ano-ano, gusto ko siyang providean, gusto ko siyang bigyan ng kasiyahan, ng magandang buhay. So parang kulang, parang bitin pa din yung explanation ng love na kung ito lang dalawa, need and gift. That's not enough. Okay? So from God is love, it was broken down into two, need love and gift love. And it was deemed still insufficient, kulang pa din. It was broken down into four. Okay? Storge. Okay? We pronounce this as storge from those who are not familiar. Storge, not storge, not storgy. It's storge, philia, eros, and agape. Dito tayo magpo-focus ngayong hapon. Okay? And how these four ties up to the concept of love. Ito ang from the basic to the medyo basic to now the more specific types of love. Dito ngayon nag-focus si C.S. Lewis. Dito ngayon umikot yung explanation niya kung ano ang pag-ibig. Okay? So tingnan natin. We're going to go to the first part, which is Storge, the most basic. So for each love that we will be discussing, by the end of each love, there will be reflection questions tungkol sa love. So babalik tayo sa mga sarili natin. I'm going to give you something to think about, mga food for thought, on how you can make your relationships better then, on how you can improve what you already have, or go out of your comfort zone in order to get the love that you want for yourself. Okay? Una, storge, familial or affectionate love. This is the love you find in the family. Okay? Nung pinanganak tayo, nasa pamilya tayo, binibigyan tayo ng mga needs natin. Comfort, food, drink, clothes, education. And in return, we also love our parents. Our parents loves us back. This is the basic unit of the society. Yes, the family. Pero of love. This is how we learn to love. This kind of love, according to C.S. Lewis, is the jacket that clothes the other loves that we may enjoy them. So, ibig sabihin, from storge, we learn all the other loves. So ito yung pinaka-basic na klase ng love, which is affectionate love. And when we say affectionate love, we express our love. We express our feelings for the people around us, especially our families. Okay? So the family is where one learns how to love. Okay? Dito tayo natuto kung paano magmahal. This is where we develop our role models of what a relationship should be. Okay? So, for example, with my parents, ang turo nila sa akin in terms of relationship, never pag-awayan ang pera. Okay? Never pag-awayan pera. Because never nila yung pinag-awayan. They get stressed about financial things, they get stressed about money and all, but never was money an issue when it comes to their relationship. And sa kanila ko yun natutunan. Kaya ngayon, when I get confronted with problems pertaining to financial, as far as relationship is concerned, it's a red flag already for me. So, if a family is dysfunctional, abusive, if a family is distant, they don't know how to show affection, they don't know your family are distant with one another, then that becomes your mold of what a relationship should be, consciously or unconsciously. Okay? Kaya 'di ba alam natin kung familiar tayo sa mga psychological terms, minsan pinapattern natin yung partner natin towards the parent of the opposite sex. Gusto ko yung wife ko parang si mommy. Gusto ko yung husband ko parang si daddy. Because ganun tayo pinalaki. Yun ang nakita nating yun role model, the mold. So minsan kapag if you are brought up in a family of distant parents, yung mga OFW parents, yung mga separated parents, for you, you are in danger of developing the thought that distance is okay. Okay? And you can make it up with other things, pasalubong, material things. So doon na lang babawi. 'Di ba nga kung napanood niyo yung movie ni Angel Locsin tsaka ni Vilma Santos, tinanong niya si Vilma Santos doon, para kanino ka ba talaga nagtatrabaho? Para sa iyo, hindi para sa akin. So ibig sabihin, for the parent, it's for the child, for the benefit of the child. But for the child, ang kailangan niya yung parent, not the gifts. So it kind of distorts the meaning of love for that specific person. Okay? So, the tendency, it becomes a cycle. If you come from an abusive family, rampant yung pagmumura, then when you grow older and you come up with your own family, you raise your own family, you have that tendency as well. Now, if you are conscious that you want to break that cycle, well and good. Okay? So awareness is step one, meaning if we are aware of what kind of family we are brought up in, then the yung the choice is ours. So we have the power to break the cycle and redefine what love is for us. Now, storge is also the love of enjoying something. So love din naman yan. You enjoy doing sports or arts or your pets. You mahilig kayo mag-Netflix. You like watching movies and series. You like games. You are a gamer. May love pa rin na involved dyan. So ito yung pinaka-basic. Even if you don't get anything in return aside from the satisfaction and the happiness, you still love the thing nonetheless. Okay? Pero bakit sinabing love pa din yun? It's because you devote time. Diba? You devote time, you devote effort for the things that you love. So, andun na tayo sa effort part. Pag mahal mo, effortan mo. Therefore, pwede mong sabihin na mahal mo yung mga ganyang bagay. For example, for my pets, binibilang ko ng vitamins, binibilang ko ng toys, binibilang ko ng bed. So, it's our way of showing our love to that specific thing. Okay? So, it's still love. Next. So, affection is the most humble and least discriminating of loves. Affection is how we show, how we express that we love someone or something. Okay? That is affection. So, pag sinabing most humble and least discriminating, we don't choose. Okay? Kung gusto natin, yung parents kasi, yung family natin, di naman natin yan pinili to start with, di ba? We are born into this family. We had no choice. And then, least discriminating because we constantly give the affection. Hindi natin siya basta-basta nililimit. Okay? Now, I'm sure most of you are familiar with this already, but this is the backbone of affection, which is the love languages, or how one expresses love and prefers to receive love. So while we discuss the 5 love languages, I want you to think amongst yourselves, isipin mo sa sarili mo, what is your love language? Okay? Ako with ano, ito, usapang ex na tayo, no? Nung naghiwalay kami, we agreed that the reason kaya kami naghiwalay is that yung binibigay ko, hindi niya na-appreciate, at yung kailangan niya, hindi ko kayang ibigay. So it's a conflict of love languages. Yan. So ano ba tong 5 for those who don't know? Simulan natin sa physical touch. If your love language is physical touch, you express this through hugs, through kisses. You mahilig mag-holding hands. Kapag parents naman, you hug your parents. O kaya nakasabit, naka-elbow to elbow kayo ni mommy or ni daddy. So that is physical touch. And it's either that's how you express your love or that's how you want to receive love. Gusto mo, ganun din yung ginagawa sa'yo. Gusto mo, hinahawakan yung kamay mo. Gusto mo, inaakbayan ka. Gusto mo, niyayakap ka. Yan. So that is physical touch. And love language, the love languages, since this is part of storge, and this is part of affection, it encompasses all the other loves as well. Hindi lang to limited sa family. It can also be for your friends, for your partners, for your romantic partner. So that's also a part of it. So physical touch, words of affirmation. Do you show your love by constantly saying, I love you? Or texting, good morning, kumain ka na ba? Mag-ingat ka. Yan, yung mga ganyang banatan sa messages, sa PM, yung gusto laging may nababasa, kung hindi man verbal, o kaya laging magka-call. Lately, dun sa last episode ng podcast namin, since it's a Valentine episode last Monday, I realized na sa Gen Z ngayon, meron palang tinatawag na sleep call. Yung mag-uusap kayo, then naka-call kayo habang natutulog. So may mga ganon. So that concept is new to me, and it's also a part of this kasi you want to be in constant communication with your partner, with the one that you love. Yan. So sa parents din naman, yung laging tumatawag sa mga anak nila, especially the ones that are abroad. Minsan nga, nasa isang bahay lang kayo, nagte-text pa, nagme-message, yan. Next, quality time. Ako personally, ito yung love language ko. Quality time. Even if you don't do things that are, hindi siya date, hindi siya whatever, just the mere fact that you spend quality time with the person, that's already something. That's how you express love. Kahit na mag-stroll lang, mag-bike, mag-gym kayo together, manood ng sine, sige, like a date, or you walk the dog together. Yeah, that is quality time because since time is very valuable and something that you can't take back, sharing quality time can be a very strong expression of love. Yan. Next, gifts. Meron namang, pag sinabing gifts, ito yung may mga persons na mahilig magbigay ng mga regalo, tangible gifts. Yung mga parents na mahilig magbilan yung mga anak nila ng things, bilan ng regalo kahit walang occasion. Yung mga jowa na lahat ng sari may gifts, week sari, month sari, anniversary, lahat na lang may gifts, lahat sineselebrate. Yan. So, that is the expression of love, yung may tangible manifestation of love. It can be as simple as something handmade, something na that was tinkered on, ginawa, or a collection of things. Meron akong friend noon, ang niregalo niya dun sa jowa niya ay isang box na ang laman ay puro ticket ng bus nung mga times na magkasama sila. Okay, mga ganon. So that is a very special gift. Meron naman akong naging experience before na nagregalo sa akin because I'm also into photography and there are times that I need to print stuff, print photos. And I have this friend na lagi kong kasama na nagpapaprint. Ang niregalo niya sa akin was a collection of the stubs kapag nagpapaprint para i-redeem yung stub. So, tinatago niya pala yun ng hindi ko alam. So, when the time came, nakakita siya ng opportunity para iregalo sa akin yung ganong compilation. So, it can be something as romantic as that or just simple things. Padadalan ka ng Grab, ng pagkain, padadalan ka ng care kit. Uso ngayon yung mga care kit, yung mga alcohol, yung mga face mask, face shields, yan, mga care kits. So that's part of gifts as a love language or as an expression of love. Next, acts of service. Ano ba yung mga acts of service? For example, pinagluluto. So, you express your love by doing something for the one that you love. For parents, yung tinutulungan sa assignment, yung mga anak, for yung sa mga magjowa, yung yan nga, pinagluluto, pinaglalaba, yung mga ganyan. Hindi naman sa kinakatulong, no? Pero yung mga tipong voluntary things, little things na a sign of love, yung mga gumagawa ng mga effort. Yan. Kaya breakfast in bed, mga ganong arte. Ayan. So, yan ang 5 love languages. So, please bear this in mind kasi it's encompassing. May it be for your family, for your friends, for your loved ones. It's very applicable. There are a lot of tests in the internet that you can take para malaman mo what your love language is. Okay? May mga quiz, what's your love language? Yan. So, pwede nyo i-take yan sa Google. Ano nyo lang yan. Search nyo lang yung love languages. Alright. Reflection checkpoint. Now that we're done with Storgy, try to introspect. How did my family affect my view of love and relationships? So, yan yung isa sa iniisip natin kanina na if the family affects how you love, we learn how to love through our family. Now you ask yourself, how did your family affect your view of love in general? Because upon awareness, we'll learn what to do with it. We'll learn if there's something that needs to be changed or something that needs to be modified. Yan. And of course, what is my love language? How do I express my love to the people that I love? Yan. So, kung may mga jowa kayo na hindi nyo alam yung love language nila, patakin nyo rin ng love language test para hindi kayong nagkakapaan kung anong love language nyo parehas. 'Di ba? Share kayo ng results, 'di ba? Napaka-academic ng dating, 'di ba? Share kayo ng results. Oh, my love language ay ano daw, quality time. Oy, anong love language mo? Okay, sige, ipagluluto kita. Sige, ipagpaplantsa kita ng uniform, mga ganon. Now we move to the next. So from the family, next one is the friends. Diba? We also love our friends. Friendship love, which is philia. So, philia, according to C.S. Lewis, is the least needed, most enjoyed, and longest lasting of all earthly loves. Bakit longest lasting? Kasi there are times na you start, yung friendship nyo nag-start ng grade school or preschool and then hanggang magkaasawa, magkaanak kayo, friends pa din kayo. Now, most enjoyed because philia is the love geared towards happiness. We spend time with our friends because we want to be happy. Okay? If may problema tayo, gusto natin kausap yung friends natin so that the sadness can turn to happiness. They can help us alleviate the sadness. Okay? So, philia is the love geared towards happiness. And it arises from companionship after the discovery of commonality. So, isipin niyo yung mga friends niyo, paano ba kayo nagkakilala? Dahil ba common yung inyong school? You are in the same school? Common ang inyong interest. Parehas kayong naglalaro ng Valorant, parehas kayong mahilig sa halaman, parehas kayong dog lover, parehas kayong cat lover, parehas kayong foodie, yan, you have the same interest. And routine. Ano ibig sabihin ng routine? Yung halimbawa, lagi mo nakakasabay sa tricycle, lagi mo nakakasabay sa jeep, kapag nagko-commute, lagi mo nakakasabay sa elevator. So dahil same yung routine, you get to have a common ground, which is that proximity. So there are people who get parang the urge to establish a relationship from those na with those na kasama nila ng routine. I have this friend who ngayon may anak na sila, mag-asawa na sila at may anak na sila, na ang ano nila, ang nag-start sila sa elevator. Ang tawag namin sa love story nila noon ay elevator serye. Kasi lagi silang nagkakasabay sa elevator hanggang si Guy, tinanong sa guard kung saang floor si girl, tinanong kung anong company si girl, hanggang sa nagkaroon na ng lakas ng loob si Guy na kausapin si girl, and the rest is history. Yan. So they started as friends, they hiked together, they went out together until na-develop siya into something more. So it starts with companionship. So dun siya talaga nagsa-start. So, di ba, from friends, from acquaintance, nagiging friends, hanggang sa nagiging close friends, and then nagiging best friends, habang lumalalim, ng lumalalim, ng lumalalim yung relationship. Because true friendship is making deep connections. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, no expiration. Sabi nga na, longest lasting of all the love. So, yung deep connection na yun, it can be established through bonding. Lagi kayo nagkikita, lagi kayo nag-uusap, lagi kayo nagkikwentuhan. And meron tayong tinatawag na mga low-maintenance friends. Are you that kind of friend? Ako, I have friends like that na kahit matagal kaming hindi nagkikita, kahit matagal kaming hindi nag-uusap, we know that we're friends, we know that we're close, and we know that we can count on each other when the time comes, when the need arises. And it is focused on the interplay of personalities. Di ba, minsan ngayon may mga memes na sinasabi, you all have that one friend who. O kaya, in the barkada, may friend ka talagang ganito. May friend kang tahimik, may friend kang maingay, may friend kang magastos, may friend kang marupok, may friend kang pastrong. So, hindi nagsama-sama lahat ng marupok. Hindi nagsama-sama lahat ng maingay. Whereas, it is more of an interplay of personalities. You jive together. You vibe together. Yan. And it is focused on shared experience and not benefits. Di ba nga meron sinasabing yung hindi totoong kaibigan kung nandyan lang pag may kailangan. So therefore, that is not true friendship. Yan. So dapat you're focused on the experience. So bakit ba natin to dinidiscuss? Kasi from the love that we learn from our family, while we are growing up, we learn to show this to our friends. Ako, I remember dati yung mga friends ko, grade school, sinusulatan ko. Yeah, we hang out. Even pagdating na nung high school, nung college, uso pa yung mga palangka letter, pag yung mga retreat. So that is affection. Ayan, from storge, we have now evolved to friendship. Yung love natin medyo nag-mature na. Lumabas na ng bahay. Kasama na ng friends. So, reflection checkpoint. What kind of friend am I? So, anong klase ba akong friend? Ako ba yung friend na uh, nandyan lang pag may kailangan? Ako ba yung friend na good listener? Ako ba yung friend na madaldal, maingay? Or ako ba yung friend na marupok na sinasabi ni Sir kanina? Baka ako yun sa friends namin. So baka i-check ko nga kung anong klase akong friend. Ako ba yung friend na laging inaalalayan? Ako yung laging sinasabihan ng kung ano-ano dahil hindi maka-move on? So yan. Next, do I have a healthy social circle? Kasi ano bang opposite ng healthy social circle? Yung toxic social circle. Yung bad influences. So we also get to check ano bang klaseng friends meron tayo. Tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you mine. Joke. Tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are because our friends is also a reflection of who we are as a person. And how do I maintain meaningful relationships? So this is a good question because dito natin nalalaman kung paano ba tayo makipag-interact? Paano ba tayo mag-sustain ng relationship? Kailangan ba laging tinatawagan? Kailangan ba laging mini-message? Kailangan ba laging pinipili? Kailangan ba active sa mga GC? Or kinakalimutan ba natin kapag hindi tayo mini-message? Yan. How do I maintain meaningful relationships? So I'm going to give you a few seconds to process this reflection question. Pag-isipan natin, ano bang klase akong kaibigan? Do I have a healthy social circle and how do I maintain meaningful relationships? Because which leads us to one of the most exciting loves, which is Eros, taken from Cupid, the Greek god of love. It creates the hottest fire in one's emotions, according to C.S. Lewis. Eros is romantic love. So ito na tayo. Nasa romantic love na tayo. Medyo mag-evolve na tayo from the basic. Nandito na tayo sa romance per se. It creates the hottest fire in one's emotions. Wonderful light, scorching fire. Bakit wonderful light? Because, di ba, if you love someone, it starts with the kilig, it starts with the inspiration, it starts with the happiness. So, lagi tayong masaya. There is a wonderful light within us when we are in love, romantically. Paano naman yung scorching fire? If tulad nga ng sabi ko kanina, it leads us to non-productive or negative things. Like what? Overthinking. Yeah, number one, that's the most common. I have a lot of clients in my school that are prone to overthinking, and I'm sure marami din sa inyo ang overthinkers, and that can be very harmful to one's mental health. Diba? It's anxiety-inducing. Sino bang kasama niya? Baka meron na silang ginagawang kababalaghan. Bakit hindi ko yun kilala? Bakit di siya nagre-reply? Bakit nakasulat online pa siya pero hindi niya ako kinakausap? So yan. That can be detrimental to one's mental health. Therefore, it's scorching fire. It is defined as romantic or erotic love, which may or may not include a sexual element. So when we discuss eros, may sexual element na talaga siya. I mean, pwedeng meron or wala, pero we're going to discuss some parts na may matatouch tayong sexual element. Now, love that is least thought about but most felt. Ito yung sinasabing puso ang pinapairal sa eros, hindi utak. Kaya, ramdam natin yung love, mga tinatawag na head over heels, mga dead na dead. Ramdam na ramdam natin yan, minsan hindi natin masyadong pinag-iisipan. And Eros seeks one and only person. Only one person. Okay? So, I want you to focus on this triangle. We call this the triangular theory of love. Hindi ko siya tinatawag na love triangle kasi iba yon. It's a totally different thing. This is the triangular theory of love by Sternberg. So according to him, a romantic relationship should have three components. Okay? Intimacy, passion, and commitment. Okay? Yan yung tatlo. Intimacy, passion, and commitment. So, iisa-isahin natin. Kapag yung love ay merong intimacy lang, okay? Intimacy lang. Ibig sabihin, affection lang. You talk, you spend time with each other, you give gifts. Yan. That's only friendship. You're just friends. Ayan. Medyo nagsa-start na akong mag-build up sa what romantic love is about and when it is not romantic. Okay? So kung intimacy lang, isa lang yung nandun, friendship lang yon. Paano kung passion lang? Ano ibig sabihin ng passion? It is your attraction to the person. It can be sexual or non-sexual, pero it's the attraction, the physical, emotional, psychological attraction. So if you're attracted to a person, you like a person. That's just liking. Kung passion lang yon, that's just liking. Crush. Yan. You are drawn to that person because of various reasons. Yan. Guwapo, maganda, may abs, fits the standard. Yan. And meron din naman na commitment. Pag sinabi natin commitment, usually marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, you have an agreement to be with each other for a long time. Kung commitment lang, walang passion, walang intimacy, that's empty love. That's actually not love, di ba? Commitment lang. Okay. What's an example of empty love? Yung mga pag sinabing empty love, yung mga arranged marriages. Okay, they are married. Yes, the commitment is there, pero walang passion, walang intimacy. That's empty. Okay? Kasi commitment lang meron. That's empty love. So, paano kung dalawa? So, check natin kung paano kung dalawa yung meron. Halimbawa, yung intimacy tsaka passion. Yan. Pag intimacy and passion, that's called romantic love. Yan yung mga MU stage na you get to talk with one another, na you like that person, kinikilig kapag nakikita mo yung person na yon, natutuwa kapag magkasama kayo, may spark, may something, you're a thing, that's romantic love. Okay? Now, fatuous love is passion and commitment. You marry a person just for sex. You marry a person just because you like that person physically. So that is fatuous love. Okay? That's passion and commitment only. Paano naman kung intimacy and commitment lang? You are married and you still get to show that you love one another pero walang passion. So that is called companionate love. Ano example ng companionate love? Ito yung mga lolo-lola natin. Okay? Because of their age and their biological structure, the passion diminishes. They are not as sexually active as they used to be. Pero nakikita natin that they are still sweet with each other. They still care for one another. The intimacy is still there. Okay? Kinikilig pa rin sila sa isa't isa. And they are still married, definitely. Just minus the passion. Okay? So, wala lang yung sexual element dun sa relationship nila. So, we call that companionate love. So, what do you call the love na present yung tatlo? Passion, intimacy, and commitment. You call that consummate love. You are married. You have passion, meaning you have sexual relations with your wife and husband in the hopes of procreation because you want to establish your family. And you are affectionate to your wife or to your husband. So that is consummate love. Usually, ang manifestation yan are the adults in their prime. Yan. So, tignang maigi tong triangle na to and try nating i-assess kung in a relationship, yung mga nag-send ng pulang puso, nasan ba tayo? Yung mga nag-send ng blue na puso, baka naman meron kang liking lang, baka naman meron kang friendship lang. Yan. Tignan nating maigi, baka makarelate tayo sa isa or dalawang um, klase ng love according dito sa triangular theory na to. Again, we don't call this the love triangle because that is a complicated story. So, usually, what I ask when I ask my students, when we discuss this topic, tinatanong ko sa kanila if eros is geared towards one person, why do people cheat? Why are there cheaters? One example or one possible explanation, although it's not totally definitive and not general, it can be a lack of a factor. Okay? Could be a lack of a factor. May commitment nga kayo, mag-asawa kayo, but you don't engage in sexual relations anymore. Wala yung passion. You are a person who is very passionate. Therefore, you have a tendency, nagkaroon ka tuloy ng tendency na maging marupok at maging hindi loyal, okay, to be unfaithful to your wife. Okay? O kaya naman, may commitment, may passion, pero wala yung intimacy. Yung asawa masungit, yung asawa hindi hindi affectionate, hindi nag-express ng love, may biglang pumasok na sweet, may biglang pumasok na caring. So nagkakaroon tuloy ng inclination towards infidelity. So that's one explanation. That can be one reason, the lack of one or more factors in the relationship. Ayan. So again, it's passion, intimacy, and commitment. So reflection checkpoint. What is my intention for going into a relationship? Ba't ba ako nakikipagrelasyon? Kasi uso? Ba't ba ako nakikipagrelasyon? Kasi lahat ng mga classmates ko, lahat ng friends ko may mga jowa na, ako na lang wala. Okay, so peer pressure. Yun ba yung reason bakit ako nakikipagrelasyon? In my case, lagi na lang akong part ng entourage. Lagi na lang akong host sa mga kasal. You get the point. And what role does passion, intimacy, and commitment play in my relationships? How much do I value these factors? So now, when we identify these factors, gaano ba ito ka-importante sa akin? Importante ba sa akin ang commitment? Ito bang jowa ko ngayon ay plano kong pakasalan in the future? Ito bang jowa ko ngayon ay do I see myself spending a lifetime with this person? Do I like this person? Do I like this person enough to be passionate about this person? Do I value intimacy or ikaw yung dry na hindi ka man lang nagre-reply, hindi ka man lang nagpaparamdam, you're the type of person na nag-ghost. Yan. So tanungin natin yung mga sarili natin, or in the case of other students or in other participants here, tanungin yung mga jowa nyo itong mga question na to. Bakit ba tayo nasa relasyon? Ano bang plano natin? Ba't tayo dito? Wala, happy-happy lang. Diba yung sa movie, ano ba tayo? Masaya. Hindi ganon. Dapat meron tayong end goal. Hindi lang tayo nakikipaglaro. A relationship is something serious that we also need to take seriously. Okay? And now for the fourth love, agape or charity. The highest and most unselfish of all the loves. Okay, highest. Highest level. Unnatural and goes against human nature. So bakit siya unnatural? Because what is common to humans? Kailan natin masasabing something is natural? Because we tend to love something by choice. Mahal natin sila kasi family natin sila. Mahal natin sila kasi friends natin sila. Mahal natin sila kasi we are attracted to the person. But for agape or charity, it believes that everyone deserves to be loved. And this is the love directed to the unlovable, the undeserving, and the ugly. Okay? So this is also the love often overlooked. Iniisip natin kapag love, dun lang sa love na nagbe-benefit tayo, dun lang sa love na sumasaya tayo. But no, meron pa tayong love na we give to the people who we think is undeserving. We give all and asks nothing in return. Okay? Kaya siya charity. So pag charity, ano bang pumapasok sa isip natin? The poor, the sick, the lonely. Yan. Because this is also a manifestation of God's love for men and the Christian's love for the brethren. Okay? Because bumalik tayo sa God is love when God loves us, no matter how sinful we are, no matter how undeserving we are, He still loves us nonetheless. And will plays a very big part in agape because there is a control. Will is a control deliberately exerted to do something or to restrain one's own impulses. Halimbawa, you're a person who believes in charity, who believes that everyone deserves to be loved. Therefore, you have that will to exert the effort to show that love. Otherwise, since na-mention natin kanina that this is beyond human nature, hindi natin yan papansinin. Hindi natin yan bibigyan ng halaga. So according to C.S. Lewis and the Four Loves, which has been the overarching principle of my presentation this morning, to love at all is to be vulnerable. To love at all is to be hurt. To love at all is to be ready for difficulty. Because according to Mother Teresa, I must be willing to give whatever it takes to do good to others. This requires that I be willing to give until it hurts. Otherwise, there is no true love in me and I bring injustice. No peace to those, not peace to those around me. Kapag ako nahihirapan na rin sa work ko, nahihirapan sa family, nahihirapan sa love life pag meron, lagi ko lang iniisip, give until it hurts. Kasi kapag nasasaktan ka, dun mo malalaman na nagmamahal ka. Tandaan yan, kapag nasasaktan ka, nagmamahal ka. Give until it hurts. I'm going to give you a few seconds to take this in. Give until it hurts. Actually, lowbat lang yung laptop ko. Sasaksak ko lang. Wait lang. Ayan. Give until it hurts. Now, agape and charity is the culmination of all the other loves. Storge, philia, eros, this is the highest form. When we are able to love the ugly, the undeserving, and the unlovable, that is a different level of love. That is a godly love already. So agape made real is loving the sick, the abandoned, and the oppressed. Okay? Since everyone deserves to be loved, everyone deserves to get the love from everyone. So lagi natin yang iisipin na if you love something, if you love someone willingly, you're willing to devote time and effort. So paano ba yon? Hindi lang naman siya basta sa goods. Hindi lang man siya basta-basta sa pera. Minsan quality time, service. Diba yung iba nagvo-volunteer para sa mga relief operations. Wala man silang kayang ibigay na na malaking halaga. Pero the fact that they are sharing their effort, their time, and they're risking their lives amidst the pandemic to 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 show that they love these people, these people are deserving to be loved, nandun sila. And also, we would also commend the frontliners. Diba? Everyone deserves to be loved. The country needs us. The country needs these frontliners. And therefore, because of their overflowing love for their job, for the people who needs them, they are there. So props sa mga ating mga very, very dependable frontliners. And of course, to love like Christ. To love like Christ is to sacrifice. Sabi natin kanina, give until it hurts. And what is more significant than giving one's own life for love? Okay? For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, and whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. Ayun yun eh. The sacrifice is there. The sacrifice of giving one's own life for love. Now, balikan natin yung tanong at yung nagulo kong slide. Handa ka bang magmahal? Balikan natin after listening to what I have shared. Handa ka bang magmahal? Handa ka bang masaktan? So ito na yung follow-up question. Handa ka bang masaktan? Handa ka magmahal? Handa ka bang masaktan? Dapat always. Dapat always. Because it is better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. Lagi nating sinasabi, may naririnig tayo minsan sa mga movies, sa TV na I have so much love to give. Pero wala akong jowa, wala akong mapaglaanan ng pagmamahal ko. Based on what we discussed this afternoon, love is more than just romance. It's also about family, friends, and the rest of creation. Ang daming handang tumanggap ng pagmamahal na kaya nating ibigay. Okay? So before I end this, before I wrap this up, I'm going to share a few questions, frequently asked questions or myths or my thoughts about some concepts about love. Kaya tinawag ko tong Love Sir Mike. Kasi with my students, para siyang letter sender, from my point of view to someone who sent something. Yan. So sagutin natin tong mga I'm going to give my point of view. However, disclaimer, my views does not reflect the views of the organizer, the views of the school. Again, this is just my view. Okay? Girls are more romantic than boys. So, ano masasabi niyo dito? Girls are more romantic than boys. Totoo ba to? Well, to a certain extent, somehow, yes. Because of toxic masculinity, minsan boys are not expressive. Okay? Basically, they are wired. Boys are wired to be not that expressive. Kaya, nakikita natin parang mas romantic ang girls. But, ibig sabihin lang nito na boys, it won't make you less of a man if you become expressive. It won't make you less of a man if you are affectionate. It won't make you less of a man if you show someone you love him, you love her. Yan, we are family. Okay? So girls are more romantic than boys. Medyo, in some ways. But, pwede pang gawan ng paraan. So I'm appealing to all the boys out there para hindi magreklamo yung mga girls na lagi na lang ako yung nag-e-effort, lagi na lang ako yung nagpapadala ng ganito. Then, boys, don't hold back. Okay? Don't hold back. Love is blind. Lagi natin yung naririnig, di ba? Love is blind. Totoo ba na love is blind? For me, love is not blind. Love simply sees what it wants to see. Again, love is not blind. It just chooses to see what it wants to see. Dahil sabi nga natin kanina, yung mga sa Eros kanina, we mentioned that with love, mas pinapagana natin yung puso, yung emotions, rather than our reason, our brains. So, pag mahal ko siya, ganito, in spite of all the red flags, in spite of all the difficulties, kahit minsan toxic na, minsan nagmamartir-martiran, kaya natin sinasabi love is blind kasi mahal pa rin. Because love sees what it wants to see. No, kailangan lang talagang magising ng tao na yun sa katotohanan that the relationship is toxic already. Or pag sinabi, ito isa sa pinaka-toxic na na nabasa ko. May nagsabi na love is blind kapag daw yung isa dun sa dalawang magpartner hindi kagandahan or kagwapuhan. Grabe, love is blind. Di man siya gwapo, pero love na love siya nung girl. Ay, hindi ganon. So, ibig sabihin, love chooses what it wants to see. And the person saw more than the physical. Diba? It went beyond the physical looks. Nakita niya, it chose to see the personality. Love chose to see the humor. Minsan, yun ang attractive sa girls, yung sense of humor. Diba? May mga memes tayong nakitang ganyan na binash pa over the internet na isang pretty girl that fell in love with this not so handsome boy, and it garnered a lot of cyberbullying and flack over the internet. If that is how they express their love to one another and the girl saw beyond the physical, then that's not our business anymore. It is love for them. Love at first sight. So kung babalikan natin yung triangle, if sa una pa lang medyo nagkaroon ka na ng tingling sensation, na medyo kinilig ka nung nakita mo, is that love? I don't think so. Kung attraction lang, passion lang, that's just liking. That's just one part of it. Hindi pa siya totally love. If na-attract ka sa person na yun and you want to push it further, lagyan mo ng intimacy. Lagyan mo ng medyo kausapin mo ng konti. Yan. So dito nagsisimula yung pwedeng can friends become lovers? Well and good, yes. Kasi sabi natin kanina, yung intimacy lang, friendship lang yon. If through time, it develops into something more, nagkaroon na ng attraction, then friends can be lovers, definitely. Diba? And friendship is a good foundation for a romantic relationship. Because the commonality is there. The complementarity is there. So minsan naririnig natin sa mga wedding vows na you are also my best friend. You accept me for who I am. You are also the love of my life. Ayan. Kasi you start as friends. That's a good beginning. Next, opposites attract. So katulad lang din yan sa friends that you get to complement things. You get to yung personality nyo ay may interplay. Minsan nakikita na may parents tayo na yung isa madaldal, yung isa tahimik lang, yung isa very vocal, yung isa naman hindi masyado, o kaya yung isa organized, yung isa hindi. So, nagkakaroon tuloy ng pag-complement sa isa't isa because you get attracted sometimes to something that you don't have. Diba? Okay din pala yung ganun. I find that attractive kasi hindi ako ganun. Okay? Pwede rin naman it starts with something common, but this is also a possibility. Opposites attract. Yan. Next, first love never dies. Totoo ba to? First love never dies? Ako for me, first love can die. Yes. The feeling can die. I mean, it can be washed out eventually. But the first love will never be forgotten. It doesn't mean that the love is still there, but it will always be engraved in our brains. Bakit? Because our first love became our standard. Okay, yung first love natin, sa kanya natin una naramdaman yung kilig, how to be cared for. Sa kanya natin una naramdaman yung attention. Sa kanya natin una naramdaman yung ganong feeling of intimacy, of passion. So, therefore, yung mga susunod na relationships natin will then be a reflection of our first relationship, of our first love. Ano man ang kinahinatnan ng first love natin. So, it's either we learn better. Okay, so yung next relationship ko, ayoko na yung ganun. Yung katulad nung nangyari before. Ayoko na ng ganun. Therefore, I plan to improve. I plan to check the red flags. I plan to be better this time. Pwedeng ganun. Or, ulit lang ulit. Ganun na naman. Yung hindi natututo. Okay? So, first love is hindi nakakalimutan. More so than the feeling. It's more of the fact that it becomes a standard. Yan. So, I would like to end this presentation with this, of course, that love is patient, love is kind. Diba? Kung mahal mo, willing ka maghintay. Love is kind. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Because love never fails. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, students and faculty of NCBA, I end my presentation. I hope you got something out of this. I hope nag-enjoy po kayo. I hope pinatutunan kayo. And I hope this inspired you to not just to become better lovers, but also better friends, better family members, and better members of the society. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful and blessed afternoon, everyone.
Ayan, thank you po, Sir Mike.
Hi, you're
Hi.
welcome.
Ayan. Yan, Ma'am Judy.
Nakinig po ba kayo? Nakarelate po ba kayo sa...
Of course, sir. And yes, nag-enjoy ako. Actually, ang dami kong natutunan. Naka-blue po ba kayo, sir? Kasi sa dating sa akin, ano po eh.
Violet po. Violet po siya talaga. Para hindi kasama dun sa mga option.
Ayan. So, Ma'am Julie, ano ba ang pinaka na stuck sa'yo sa talk ni Sir Mike?
Actually, natuwa din ako sa discussion ni Sir Mike. Kasi nakarelate din ako.
Oh, wow.
Marami din ako mga pinagdaanan at mga at totoo yung sinasabi ni Sir Mike na kapag nasaktan ka, ibig sabihin nagmamahal.
Yes.
Ikaw, Ma'am Grace, sa tingin mo, sa iyong pananaw, ano ba ang ibig sabihin sa iyo ng what is love?
Grabe ba? Medyo ano.
Grabe sa what is love.
Yes, oo nga eh, no? Pero kwento ko na lang no, what I like about yung talk ni Sir, no, ay yung inumpisahan niya yung love is universal. So, di ba, para baka to reach out sa lahat ng estudyante natin na, yun nga, na maging open-minded tayo sa talk. And then, yeah, that's one of the points na gusto ko sa talk ni Sir. And yun pa, yung hindi ko makalimutan yun nga, to love at all is to be vulnerable. Kasi sa akin naman, medyo may pagka-selective person. Siyempre selective kung kanino ka lang mag-open up, and then pag nag-open up ka na, parang siyempre it's somehow scary, ganun. So you have to be ready nga na masaktan. Nandun pa rin, no?
Yes. O kasi kapag when we love, syempre we show our vulnerability, we let our guards down.
Yes.
Diba? Whether it be friends, family, or romantic, dapat pag nagmamahal, handa tayong masaktan. Hindi tayo pwedeng nagsusugal, kasi diba sabi, ang pagmamahal ay sugal. Hindi tayo pwedeng nagsusugal ng hindi tayo handang matalo. Dapat ready tayo dyan lagi.
Yes.
Yan.
Oo, dapat
Kasama
palagi
yun,
kang, yes, palagi kang ready kasi mag-effort ka, magbibigay ka ng time, diba? And
Sabi
syempre,
investment, 'di ba? Parang
yes,
emotional investment, financial
yes,
investment, 'di ba? At hindi
tama.
lahat ng investment panalo. Minsan may investment na
Vidal.
lugi. Oo.
Oo.
Michael, naka-open na ba yung ating question?
Okay, so ngayon, students, you can write now your questions at the live chat. It is available now.
Okay.
Kinakabahan ako
So,
sa mga question ng students natin.
Nako, sir, actually, it's our day 3 of our relationship webinar. And right now, we have college students. So, mas makaka-relate po sila dito, sir.
Oo nga, sana nga, no? Sana marami din silang natutunan.
okay. So, habang,
Okay.
di ba, ready? So, okay. So, ina-update lang natin and then a little later, pwede na kayong mag-post sa chat. Mag-open na so you can post your questions. And I'm sure Mr. Mike Pammit will do his best to answer your
Yes,
questions.
I keep my fingers crossed. Kaya naglagay ako ng mga frequently asked questions dun sa presentation ko. Baka kasi yun din yung itanong. Parang, sir, at least
Focus
Sagot
nasagot
niya
niyo na
universe,
siya.
no, sir?
Okay. So, open na.
Okay.
So, yes,
So,
Ma'am Julie.
So while preparing your questions, the peer facilitators created intermission number for you.
May
Wow.
information. This is regalo ng ating peer facilitators for Valentine's Day.
Suggest. Ito. Wait. 1, 2, 3.
Kung maganda ang paligid, kung bawat tao ay puno ng pag-ibig, napapawi ang bighati,
Sir Matt,
masilayan
water break po muna kayo.
iyong ibig. Okay gandang isipin ang
Habang
isang
nag-isip tayo ng questions from the students.
pag-ibig. Hey! Ha, 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 parang isang bulaklak na kahiganda na inabot mo sa iyong sinisinta, ang iyong nilaan na pagmamahal, ang dulot nito ay tunay na ligaya. Pag-ibig niya ang susi, nararapat lang ibahagi. Maganda ang paligid, kung bawat tao ay puno ng pag-ibig, napapawi ang bighati, masilayan lang ang iyong ibig. Okay gandang isipin ang isang mundong puno ng pag-ibig. Pag-ibig niya ang susi, nararapat lang ibahagi. Kung maganda ang paligid, kung bawat tao ay puno ng pag-ibig, napapawi ang bighati, masilayan lang ang iyong ibig. Okay gandang isip punong puno ng pag-ibig.
So we
Okay.
have now questions from our
I'm sorry, ma'am, you were muted.
Okay. Ma'am Julie.
Ayan, ulit. From the start.
Okay. So, ayan, maraming salamat sa ating mga peer facilitators sa prepare nilang presentation. Okay, so, yun, eto po tayo, may question na po tayo galing kay Ish Pirongoy. Ish from NCBA Fairview. Ang tanong niya po ay, worth it pa po bang bigyan ng chance yung tao the first time they showed red flags?
Okay, good question. Good question. Worth it ba bigyan ng chance yung taong the first time they showed their red flags? Unang-una, dapat maisip natin na wala naman taong perfect. 'Di ba? Walang taong perfect. And when we love someone, we will love them flaws and all. With their positives, with their negatives. Now, when they show your red flags and it's an issue for you, isipin mo ngayon, will it be worth it to pursue? Do you see yourself working through these red flags? 'Di ba? In the future ba, kaya nyo ba siyang lagpasan? In the future, will it be a major issue? Pero kung hindi naman, then definitely it's going to be worth a shot. Worth it pa ding bigyan ng chance. It's a matter of acceptance and it's a matter of working through these red flags in the future. Kasi syempre, depende yan sa red flag eh. If may iba kasi na ultimo kaliit-liitang detail, kinoconsider na red flag. Syempre, tandaan natin, walang perfect. Diba? As much as gusto natin, wala tayong perfect na person. Walang perfect na person na pwedeng makarelasyon kahit gusto natin. Pero it's a matter of acceptance and how we go through, how we push through these red flags. Yan.
Ayan, sana si Ish, sana may nakuha ka, nasagot yung tanong mo. So, ang ano lang doon ay okay lang bigyan ng chance. Okay? So, next, yes, kay Maria Obilio, Ina from Fairview, is it worth the time pa rin po ba kapag walang label?
Usapang walang label.
Yes.
Ako personally, kung ang gatas nga, chinecheck natin yung label eh. Diba? Laging i-check ang label. Okay? Kasi sa tanong mo, is it worth the time? Nag-i-invest ka ng time. Make sure that it's going to be worth the investment if ever. Diba? You're going to work hard for the relationship. Pero paano kung wala ka namang relationship na pinagtatrabahuhan kasi wala naman kayong label? At some point, you need to establish kung ano kayo. Hindi nga po, sabi ko nga kanina, hindi pwedeng masaya lang. Ano tayo? Masaya. Hindi ganon. Dapat, alam natin kung, dun sa reflection question ko nga kanina, di ba? What's your intention for going into a relationship? Di ba? Ano to? Happy-happy lang? Palipas oras lang dahil bored tayo? So, dapat alam natin kung bakit tayo nandito. And that is through labeling the relationship. Di ba ngayon, ang dami-dami sa Gen Z, ang dami-dami ng mga labels. Dati MU lang. Ngayon, marami na silang mga ibang terms kung ano yun. Kasi, Kaya bakit ba walang label usually? Una, takot sa responsibility. Hindi kaya yung commitment, yung responsibility and commitment of going to an actual relationship. Bakit kayo nag-aaksaya ng oras in the first place if you won't be in the relationship? Now, if you are amenable to that, if okay lang sa'yo na ganun, you spend time with one another, nag-invest kayo ng feelings kahit walang label, that's okay. If that is your intention. If it's a mutual intention, okay, parehas tayong bored, sige, di wag na natin lagyan ng label, di maglagdian na lang tayo hanggat gusto natin. Pero syempre, sa relationship, hindi ganun. We have the end goal. Kung ang kailangan mo ay pagmamahal and you want to receive love in return, label is very, very important. Yan. Check the label always.
So I hope, Sir Miss Maria Obilio answered your question. Ayan. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Ayan.
so I agree with Sir, no? You should check the label, sabi nga sa
Oo.
dito, di ba? Okay, meron pa po isang tanong, Sir, galing kay Tony of Taytay Branch. Tips on how to express and practice self-love.
Tips on how to express or practice self-love. So, even yung love languages, yung 5 love languages, that is also applicable to self-love. Diba? Be kind to yourself. Spend time with yourself. Decompress after your work, after studying. Allot time for yourself. Time is very important. Yung tipong kahit a few minutes of your day na hindi ka mag-iisip ng anything about school, anything about work, and you'll just do something that you love in order to make you happy, that can already be a good expression of self-love. And of course, staying healthy. Healthy food and exercise, because exercise also releases happy hormones para nakokontra natin yung mga bad vibes and all. So, even yung 5 love languages, you treat yourself every now and then. Give yourself gifts. Deserve ko to. Kung hindi man ngayon, baka next week deserve mo na. So, i-advance mo na yung pagbili. Pwede namang ganun. Or, after nito, plano kong magpag-grab ng lunch. So, I'll treat myself to some food. So, yung mga ganun, you celebrate your accomplishments, small accomplishments. And even sa words, be kind to yourself. You say good job to yourself. You tell yourself na you can do this. You tell yourself na it's going to be better. You tell yourself that you are not alone in this. Diba? That's also practicing self-love. So you have 5 guide. I mean 5, yung examples on how to express self-love. You can still follow the love languages, even for yourself. Because love for yourself is still love. Yan.
Ayan. So,
Nice question.
Okay, meron pa po tayo isang question from Cruz Taytay. Ay, sorry, from Fred Taytay.
right. Yes.
Ayan, from Cruz Taytay. Bakit may mga taong ayaw masaktan pero sila ang gumagawa ng mga red flags?
Bakit may mga tao na ayaw masaktan pero sila ang gumagawa ng mga red flags? That's tricky, no? Kasi posible na it is how they were brought up. Pwedeng ganun, yun yung standard nila na they're guarding themselves based on how they, from their family, from their friend, tulad ng na-mention ko nga kanina, na they're walled, they are guarded, pero sila rin mismo, they are not aware or walang nagsasabi sa kanila that what they're doing are red flags for others already. Okay? So, yun ang one possible reason kung bakit takot sila masaktan pero sila yung gumagawa ng red flags. Yung parang for them, they love only when it's convenient. They love only when it's beneficial for them. They love in their own terms and conditions. Di ba? Minsan ganon. Pero sila mismo yung toxic. Sila mismo yung may red flags. Pero sila, pag pinakitaan mo siya ng red flag, sobrang ano na sila, nagde-detach na sila agad, nang-ghost na sila agad. So may mga ganong tao talaga. Now, how can we deal with these people? Syempre, encourage open-mindedness. Diba? We can always assert na, okay, I don't like what you're doing. Kahit sa friends, di ba? Di ba yung mga friends natin, kaya tayong i-real talk. Friend, medyo rupok natin dyan, red flag yan. So, hindi dapat laging ganyan. So, let's always communicate kung ano tong red flags na to para sila din, hindi sila yung maging toxic sa mga future relationships nila. Ayan. So, hindi pwedeng nagmamahal tapos sila din mismo yung ano. Hindi fair. Hindi fair. Huwag ganon.
Kaya talaga sa relationship, no, sir, importante talaga yung communication. Maka-friendship man yan, family,
Yes.
or partner.
Yes, definitely.
Please.
Yes, so ito pa isa from Ted Taytay. Does being single for far too long becomes problematic?
Well, for me, no. It's not. There was a time na I've been single for 8 years and I don't find that problematic at all. And I'm going to quote Pia Works back on this, that the people who have been single for too long are the hardest to love because they know how to be single, how to be happy just by themselves. So paano mo pasasayahin yung taong kaya naman pasayahin yung sarili niya? 'Di ba? So I don't think that is problematic at all. 'Di ba? Pati pagsagot ko very very Pia Works back din. So ibig sabihin, you don't consider that a problem. Kasi ito yung mga tipong juwang-juwa na, yung mga ganon. Na ang tagal-tagal. We will go back to our relation to my question kanina na why do we want to get into a relationship? Dahil ba nagmamadali ka, dahil napi-peer pressure ka? And ano yung magiging effect nun kapag yung relationship naman ay minadali just for the sake of it? Diba? So we have to be very certain when we get into this relationship and we shouldn't be pressured into it. So if you're happily single, then that's okay. Okay lang naman yun. Sabi ko rin kanina nga na ang daming pwedeng maging recipient ng love natin. Kung single ka and you have so much love to give, ang daming handang tumanggap niyan.
Yes. O, diba? Kanina parang sabay pa kami tumatango ni Ma'am Julie.
Oo nga, napansin ko nga rin eh.
Kasi I really agree. And in addition to that, no, sir, being single and loving yourself more, mas masarap sa feeling kapag naging ready ka na ibigay ito sa taong karapat-dapat eh.
Exactly.
So, kaya sobrang nag-a-agree ako. How about you, Ma'am Grace?
Oo, yes. Nag-agree ako kasi parang ano din yun eh. Kung sila naman mag-reciprocate ng love mo, doble kasi nga, they have so much to give. Yun lang. So, there's just waiting sa taong mapagbibigyan ng gano'n. So, tsaka, I think, ano yun eh, ano din sila, adaptable din. Kasi, yun nga, nagano lang sa term ni Sir, juwang-juwa na nga sila. So, parang, di ba, mag-a-adjust sila. Sila yung mag-a-adjust din yung sa'yo hanggang sa, yun, kung mag-fit. So, I don't find it problematic kapag masyado ka ng matagal na single.
Wag magmadali. You can't, if you know that you still need to work on yourself, you need to love yourself more, you should focus on that din kasi you can't give what you don't have.
Yes.
Diba? Kung tipong bira ka lang ng bira, go ka lang ng go, and you're not ready and minamadali, it can be too much too soon.
Yes.
Yan.
Okay, so yes, we have one next. Yes, Ma'am Julie.
Cubao, how do you think emotional neglect of parents during childhood affects a person's perception and their approach to love?
Okay, that's a good question. Kasi sabi ko nga kanina, yung parents natin and our families usually sila yung mold natin on our view of love. So if a parent is neglectful emotionally dun sa mga anak nila, ito yung medyo problematic pag medyo lumaki na yung bata, it would have an effect already kasi magkakaroon siya ng issues din with expression. How are they going to express their love to the person, that to their partners, to their husbands, their wives, and to their children? Kasi hindi nila na-receive yun, hindi nila na na-experience yun with their families. Now, that can be an effect. So kung halimbawa aware na tayo na ganun yung parents natin, then maybe we can do something about it already. So again, awareness is the first step. Kung alam natin na ganun yung parents natin, maybe we can break the cycle and then not be like that when the time comes that we will be experiencing this kind of love na with our own families. Yan.
Okay.
Space.
Yes. Ayan, this is from a question from Ling from Fairview. How do you know if you should let go of the person that have caused too much pain?
Okay, good question. Ikaw na rin nagsabi, too much. Too much is too much. Know your limits. In the end, if you're hurting already and you feel that it's too much, let go. It just needs that decision. That one decision na hindi na, tama na, this is not what I deserve anymore and I have to let this relationship go. Okay? Kasi alam mo na it's too much. It's becoming toxic already. It's counterproductive. It's more stressful than happy already. And I will ask you this question. Do you see yourself spending more time with this kind of relationship? Are you willing to endure more pain if you won't let go? So if you do, then go ahead. Patayo kita ng rebulto sa may EDSA. Pero otherwise, know when too much is too much. Kasi sabi ko nga kanina, red flags can be worked around. Kumbaga, magagawa niyan ng paraan kung kayo ay mutually mag-exert ng effort. Pero if it's too much and you feel that it's not going to be worth it anymore and in the long run, you don't see yourself enduring that much pain, you just need that one decision. Yung pagising mo sa isang umaga, hindi, pagod na ako, ayoko na, let go na.
I agree, sir. Kasi naniniwala din ako na love is a decision for me. So it's not just an emotion that you felt, but rather the decision. Kasi nandun na yung commitment, nandun na yung intimacy, yung passion.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
talagang mag-i-invest ka eh. Kaya kailangan mo mag-decide. So I
Right.
saw a lot of questions, but we have limited time. Do not worry, we will answer your questions through email. So we will have two questions.
Last
One
one, right?
coming from Miss Kimberly Batnol of Taytay Campus. Is it too harsh na sabihin sa mga tao may gusto at inaantay ka na ayaw mo pang pumasok sa relasyon at hindi mo siya magustuhan? Natututunan bang magmahal?
Oh, good question. Bago ko sagutin yan, pwede akong magtanong sa mga hosts? Pwede? Meron ako hindi na-touch kanina eh. Baka may input yung mga hosts natin. Meron ako itatanong. Okay lang po ba?
Go, sir.
Oh, yan. May consent. G yung host natin. Anong pipiliin nyo? Yung mahal nyo o mahal kayo?
Mahal ko.
Mahal ako.
Oo, mahal ako na lang pala.
Mahal ako.
Why, ma'am? Curious, no?
Bakit daw justify your answer?
Wow, hot seat agad. Okay. Mahal ako kasi tingin ko sa sarili ko, um,
Kaya naman magmahal.
yes. Madali lang sa akin magmahal actually. Pusong mamon ako eh. Madali lang. Pero
Isang lang pala.
pero minsan syempre magiging insecure ka, 'di ba? Pero kung sure ka na mahal ka ng taong 'yon, kung mahal ka ng taong 'yon, so malilesen yung insecurities. So, may time ako, I will love you in my time. Yung basta hayaan mo lang yung pace ko. So, yun. So, yun sa akin kasi walang problema sa akin magmahal. Madali lang sa akin magmahal. Yun. Kaya pipiliin ko yung taong mahal ako. Ayun. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, Ma'am Julie, ikaw naman.
O, pinasa ngayon.
Pang Miss Universe ang tanong ni Sir. Anyway, kung ako, siguro ako yung taong pipiliin ko kung yung mahal ko.
Mhm.
Kasi I know who I love. Parang, kumbaga, it reflects on my personality. Mahal ko tong tao to kasi I know na he's worth it, na I know my preferences and all. And I value that much kasi yun yung self-love ko sa sarili ko. The moment that I perceive that love, meaning I am decided na I want to love that person because he's worth it. So yun po, sir.
Okay. So, sana palakpakan nyo din yung sagot ng mga hosts natin. Thank you for participating in this open forum. Ayan. So, I think nasagot din natin yung follow-up question dito sa question natin. Natututunan bang magmahal? Definitely, natututunan magmahal. Pero, pero may pero. Ang parang danger dito kasi is yung mapilitan. Okay? Pwedeng matutunan, pero mahirap yung mapilitan. Kasi in any other thing, in any other aspect of life, kapag napipilitan tayo and we don't do things wholeheartedly, we get haphazard results. Diba? It keeps us from giving our all. It keeps us from getting the result that we need. So, natututunan siya, pero still, we need to be conscious of that. Yung hindi tayo napipilitan. So, kung ako yung tatanungin sa kung mahal ko o mahal ako, dun din ako sa mahal ko. Okay, and there's no right or wrong answer in this question, ha. There's no right or wrong answer. Kasi ako, I also value my choice. And handa akong maka-receive ng negative results, kumbaga, dun sa sugal na kung mahal ko, hindi ako mahal, okay, next. Thank you, next. Diba? Mas
Okay,
gusto ko yung ganon.
Totoo,
Pero
sir.
wait. Balokan natin yung, is it too harsh na sabihin sa taong may gusto at inaantay ka na ayaw mo pang pumasok sa relasyon at hindi mo siya magustuhan? It's not harsh to let the person know, pero syempre it's about the tone, on how you say it. Kung mukha kang irritable, na mukhang diring-diri ka, ibang usapan naman yun, di ba? And, ito yung medyo harsh, yung sa relasyon at hindi mo siya magustuhan. Para mo nang sinigurado kasi na hindi mo siya talaga magugustuhan eh. 'Di ba? Iba rin naman yung usapang paasa. Okay, pwede mo sabihin na you're not ready to go into a relationship. Period. Okay? If the suitor persists, then that's his choice. If mawala siya, tumigil siya, choice niya 'yon. If halimbawa nag-persist siya and natutunan mo siyang mahalin, good for you both. Pero pag tinanong mo kasi na ayaw mo pang pumasok sa relasyon at hindi mo siya magustuhan, para mo nang kino-condition yung mind mo na hindi mo siya magugustuhan eh, kaya hindi mo kang papasok sa relasyon. Okay? So, it's also a matter of how you communicate these ideas. But definitely, communication is key para maiwasan yung mga ghosting, yung mga paasa, yung mga ganyan. Ayun, sana nasagot ko po yung tanong.
Nanahimik kami bigla ni host.
Oo. So,
Okay.
sana okay yung nasagot yung tanong mo. Okay. So,
Last one.
last na ba yun, Ma'am Julie? Last question na po.
Last question from Miss Tolentino, Taytay Campus. Is it normal to feel uncomfortable upon receiving genuine love from a non-toxic person?
Is it, ano po, pakiulit, sorry?
Is it normal to feel daw po uncomfortable upon receiving genuine love from a non-toxic person?
Okay. Yung discomfort kasi, yung discomfort can stem from a lot of reasons. Okay? Pwede kasing, may term ngayon ang tawag dito, na tutunan ko lang recently, yung love bombing. Yung may mga nag-express dahil baka naman ikaw yung hindi ka na komportable kasi una, hindi ka pa sure about the feelings mo sa person. Baka yung person naman ay asang-asa din. Baka yung person na yun ay may ibang intention. So, I think it is normal to feel uncomfortable, but you also have to understand where that discomfort is coming from so that you can work through it. Pwede mong sabihin na parang hindi pa ako ready makatanggap ng ganito, bagalan mo ng konti. Na-appreciate ko yung gestures, na-appreciate ko yung expressions of love. Pero ako yung nape-pressure kasi pwedeng pressure naman na kailangan ko ba tong suklian? Kailangan ba bigyan ko din siya ng ganito? Kailangan ba ganito din yung maging level of attention? So pwedeng yun din yung isa sa reasons why you feel the discomfort. So it's better to understand where it is coming from first, then you communicate. I think it's better if we take it down a notch, tone it down a bit. I'm fine with this level. Hanggang dito lang muna tayo. Ito, until such time that we are very certain na of our direction, of our intentions. Diba? So, again, huwag magmadali. Huwag magmadali.
Thank you,
Ayan.
sir. We have last one here. May humabol po. Mr. Patrick from Taytay. Is it considered a healthy relationship kung 2 years di pa kayo nag-aaway?
Okay, so parang wini-wish nyo bang mag-away? Sana wag naman, no? Saka parang siya siguro yung napaparanoid na hindi pa sila nag-aaway.
Subukan mo nga yan.
Pero syempre, sign kasi ng healthy relationship yung you get to argue every now and then. Kasi you get to assert your values, you get to assert your point of view, and above all, you get to know each other better. Diba? So kung 2 years na kayo at hindi pa kayo nag-aaway, good for you. Maybe, hindi pa kayo nakakahanap ng source of conflict. Ng pag-aawayan, definitely. So, huwag ka rin ma-pressure na awayin, di ba? Baka mamaya, mapilitan siyang awayin yung partner niya or yung girlfriend niya para lang makilala siya. So, that's okay. Huwag niyo rin namang pilitin. Time will come, the opportunity will present itself para mas makilala niyo yung isa't isa. Or baka in those 2 years, wala pang major na away, pero meron na kayong konting disagreement. Saan kakain, yung mga ganyan, hindi kayo mag-agree sa kung anong gagawin nyo pag nag-date kayo, kung mag-face shield o walang face shield, yung mga ganon. So, maybe it's those little nuances na that would matter. And again, huwag nating madaliin. And I hope you grow stronger in your relationship with or without the away. Okay.
Baka mamaya niyan, Patrick, awayin mo na yung girlfriend mo.
Kaya nga,
After
yun
ng
nakakatakot
wedding.
dun eh. Kung mura namang awan, kung wala, okay lang yun. okay lang yun. Pero pag nandyan na, you get through it. It's part of the relationship. May mga iba kasi konting away, break agad yung resolution or ayaw na agad. Yung mga away, it's part of the relationship and it will make your relationship stronger. Yan.
Okay, so
Ayun.
let's embrace.
Yes. So, thank you sa mga nag-participate sa mga questions. And thank you din, Sir Mike, for answering their questions. And, ayun, so, Ma'am Julie, meron tayo i-present kay Sir Mike.
Okay. Uh, we have a certificate of participation or appreciation to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Po,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Siya
let me
papasok.
let me read that up. Yes. Before that pala, before reading to you, may caller Ma'am Nimfa Robert, Sir Christopher Vidal. Ayan na. Okay, so I'm going to read the certificate from National College of Business and Arts, Guidance and Counseling Center, and the College of Education. Present this certificate of appreciation to Mr. Michael Franks and Hamid, RGC, for having contributed his time, effort, and knowledge as a resource speaker in our webinar entitled Human Intimacy, the Basics of Love, Romance, and Partnership, given this 18th day of February 2022, signed by Mrs. Nimfa C. Robert, our guidance counselor, NCBA campus, Mrs. Zenaida Miranda, Director of Office of the Student Affairs, and Attorney Concepcion Nancy Pasion, College President. Maraming salamat po, Sir Mike Pammit.
Thank you
Happy
so much,
birthday.
NCBA.
Picture po
Thank you,
tayo.
sir.
1, 2, 3. Okay po. Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Ulit-ulitin niya, picture.
Ulit. Okay, thank you, Michael.
Thank you po.
Baba natin siya. Next.
Oo, next na.
Okay. So for the closing remarks, may we call on Miss Zenaida Miranda, our OSA Director in Cubao Campus.
To our invited speaker, college faculty members watching online, our guidance staff who sponsored this webinar, and our college students in the 3 branches. Belated Happy Valentine's. The famous quote from Alfred Lord Tennyson, "It's better to have loved and lost than never love at all," is particularly relevant. Although romantic regret can be difficult to handle, it also serves an important purpose. It shapes the way sa camera ko yan. Sige. Okay. It shapes the way we handle future relationships. You probably have built your romantic attachment. At least the tips given to you today are helpful on how to deal with the affairs of your heart. No? Nagmahal ka, nabuhay ka, walang nagmamahal sa'yo, okay lang. At least, nabubuhay ka na natutong nagmahal. To Mr. Pammit and the department who spearheaded this event, the guidance, thank you for enlightening the hearts of our NCBA students. This time, they will now know how to balance relationships and academics in this time of pandemic. NCBA is not only developing your IQ, but also your EQ. Again, belated Happy Hearts Day. Thank you.
Ayan. Thank you, Ma'am Miranda. Okay. Ma'am Julie, I think you're on mute.
Okay, I see.
Ayan.
Siya na, next.
Okay na, ano siya.
Ayan. So, guys, sana meron talaga kayong natutunan today, this morning. Baunin nyo and hopefully makatulong po sa inyo yun. Relationship nyo with your families, friends, your lovers, or if we have here na may mga asawa na, sana po talaga makatulong sa inyo. Kasi tulad namin, meron po talaga kami natutunan. Diba po? And also guys, we would like to thank Michael Melenchon for hosting us sa YouTube channel niya.
Thank you so much.
Yes, kung nakikita niyo po si Michael Melenchon, isa siya sa ating mga alumni. Graduate siya dito NCBA last year lang. Financial management, tama ba Michael?
Yes.
Graduate siya dito sa atin and yun, nagpapasalamat kami for hosting us sa YouTube channel niya na Bembot TV. Ayun.
Don't
So,
forget
pwede
to
kayong
like and subscribe.
mag-subscribe. Yes.
Congratulations.
Oh, so maraming salamat. So this is also one of our ways na, makipag-ugnayan sa ating mga alumni. Okay? So, yun. Thank you so much, Michael.
Yeah.
And we have here right now si Ma'am Robert, our guidance counselor. Okay, may message po ba kayo, ma'am? Ma'am, you're on mute po.
Well, everything was already given very clearly by our um, speaker for today, Sir Mike Pammit. Thank you so much for that very wonderful talk. Yeah, napakalinaw from the family, di ba? To the outside world, paano ba magmamahal ang isang tao. Okay? So, the four types of love, it was discussed very well, especially the triangular, 'di ba? Yung triangle, napakalinaw na presentation kung paano talaga tayo matututong magmahal ng tama. Okay? We have received a clear guide dito sa mga topics or dito sa discussion na binigay sa atin ng ating speaker. So thank you very much everyone. Thank you NCBA students. Thank you to our guest speakers, sa ating mga moderators, and kay Michael. Thank you Michael for your Bamboo TV. Okay? God
Thank
bless everyone. Yeah, si Sir Chris, thank you so
Students, do
much.
not forget to
Okay,
answer
God
the
bless.
post-evaluation activity.
Description po.
Nasa
For the
Sa
post,
description daw.
yes po, nasa for the post evaluation of this summer event for love, posted in my description, just click, and have your evaluation. Don't forget, don't forget to
Yeah, that
click the
deserve.
description.
Yeah. Serve as your attendance, students.
Maraming salamat po.
So,
Have a good day, everyone.
have a great day. Bye bye. Happy
Have a
weekend,
good
everyone.
day. Happy Valentine's. Happy weekends.
End ko na
Kita
po.
muna.
Bahala.
Yan. Okay, dito na tayo sa